come to find out about happiness.
Yeah.
Yes. So, who in here is striving to be happy? Okay. So, is happiness an achievable thing that you can do certain things to get there, do you think?
Yeah.
No.
Right, Julia says no, Annie says yes, definitely. Okay. We have lots of different variations of our thoughts on that, don't we? And I will try tonight to explain to you what I use, what strategies I use myself personally to increase my happiness levels. But more than that, my joy rather than happiness. Because joy is a state that we can get into quite often if we allow ourselves to, and allow ourselves to have a bit of fun. And see, Julian's just walked straight in, put his glasses on and his ears on, and he's fine. So tonight I'm going to share with you 9 steps to happiness. Now, those steps are steps that I use. I am happy internally. Okay, I have an internal happiness, and I haven't always been that way. I have come from a place of depression and anxiety and stress. Can anyone relate to that? Yeah. So it's for me to find out what things I could do in my life to help me along, and I've gone on a long journey of finding these things out. I've had a lot of fun along the way, finding them out. So I'm going to share with you my 9 strategies tonight. Now, what I'm not going to do is go into great detail on each one, because you would not be home until next Friday. So I'm going to share with you in detail a few of them, but I will share the list. Now, the reason I asked those of you who were here first to write down your names, address, emails, what I have got is a PDF of this PowerPoint. So if you want that PDF emailed to you, so say you constantly writing out notes during the evening, then I'll send that on to you, my little gift to you. So, it's all about the buzzing, and it's all about the being. I'm actually known by a lot of people as the buzz coach. Okay, and there's a reason for that. I love bees, not just because I love bees. I've got a spiritual connection with bees, but I love the way that bees buzz. And they buzz to actually get themselves to fly, believe it or not. They have to vibrate at a certain level to get themselves off the ground. So, and in our life, we have to do that as well. Yeah, when we're really low, we've got to get our vibration up to get us back onto that flight. So, do you intend your happiness? That's a question for all of you in the room. You don't have to actually answer it to me right now. In your head, you can be answering it. Or do you leave your happiness to chance? Now, by coming here tonight, hopefully, you're all intending your happiness because it's something you are addressing, something that you want to really look at. But a lot of the time we leave to chance all of these good things in our lives, don't you? Coming to Spice and joining Spice is going to help you intend your happiness, because you're doing things to really lift you and enjoy. And you know, the amount of different things that they do, we were talking about it, weren't we? They bring joy into your life, don't they? The things that you wouldn't normally try. So, a happiness brief is something I do with my clients. So we actually write out an individual happiness brief, because we're all different, and different things make us happy. So we need to find out what those things are. So, it's all about energy, guys, right? Who in here is into, say, holistic health and understands about energy and the fact that we are energetic beings? Put your hand up so I can get a rough idea of who's into holistic therapies. Right, okay. So, most of you in the room, it's something new to you. yeah, something that you've never heard of before. That's great, because hopefully you'll go out tonight understanding a little bit more. So, we are all energy. Everything is energy. The chair you're sitting on is energy. Our bodies are energy. The water that you're drinking is energy. And it all vibrates at different frequencies. And that's all the difference between any of us. It's just the frequency of the energy. And we are giving energy out all of the time. Now, who's got the boppers? You should all have some of these. You all got some of these? Yeah. See, now, what I love is the fact I've just put mine on and you just all follow suit. So if I start taking my clothes off. Okay, so these are actually showing you that you are giving energy out. It isn't just coming out of your head, however, it's coming out of your whole body. But the biggest part of you that sends energy is your heart. Okay, it's what you're feeling in here that people are picking up on. Alright, so just be aware that you may not be saying things, but you're feeling them, and other people will be picking that up. Whether you think they are or not, they are. Okay. So, be all you can be. How does a bee be? Right, okay. Now, when you booked on to this and you read about this evening, did you see that it was a lot of audience participation? Okay, it's about audience participation as well, because that's how you learn, isn't it? Yeah, you learn new things by taking part. So we're going to learn how a bee bees and a bee buzzes, okay? So it's time to put all your pieces of paper down and to stand up. Okay? Right, and what we are going to do is we're going to start to buzz like a bee, okay? So a bee, right, bumblebee here, right, nice fat bumblebee, okay, has to get his energy warmed up for him to fly, because his little wings aren't big enough to get him off the ground, okay? So first of all, we'll just shake our hands, all right? Shake your hands. Now when I say then shake another part of your body, you have to keep shaking the part that you started shaking, okay? So shake your hand, now shake your elbows, now shake your shoulders, now remember to shake the other part, shake your chest, okay? Ladies, come on, you can do it! Ready? Shake, 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 shake. Bottom, right? Shake, 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 shake. Now remember, keep shaking the rest. Now down into the legs. Shake, 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 shake these.
Take off in a minute.
Now down into the feet. Now do one at a time. So now come back up. Now do the shoulders, shoulders. Now we go to the head. Shake, 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 shake. As fast as you can. Shake, 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 shake. Stop. Oh. Can you feel anything? Busy? What else?
Warm.
So we've created some heat, haven't we? Could you feel anything as soon as you stopped around you? Could you feel anything?
You were happier.
You were definitely happier. But you can actually feel the energy. Yeah. And you created that. Just you alone, each of you. Okay? Take a seat. So, that is a little exercise to prove to you how we create our own energy. Okay, so I developed the happiness brief. As I said to you before, it's a set of strategies that I have learned, have practiced, have developed over about 9 years. Okay, I'm really interested in positive psychology, in neuroscience, mindfulness, and laughter therapy. Hence all the silly things, okay? I was actually asked to train as a laughter therapist when I was a wellbeing consultant for the NHS, and it's one of the programmes that I ran within our wellbeing programmes in the NHS. So it is a really recognised therapy now. So it isn't just a programme of positive thinking, it is actually applying lots and lots of techniques. So why 9? Because I like the number 9. And the word happiness How many letters do you think it's got? 9! What about this word, gratitude? Guess what? 9. And another word that's really important in my life, and that's intention, and that has also got 9 letters. And I don't think that's a coincidence. It's a synchronicity. It's meant to happen. It was meant to happen for me. And I also practice a little bit of numerology, and 9 is my life path number, and it is very, very important in my life. So that's why there are 9 steps. Okay, and that's the balance procedure, which is an energy alignment technique that I use. Okay, so guys, these are your 9 strategies. Now you don't have to quickly write them all down because you can have an email to you. All right, so you can just relax and enjoy. So the H is for honour your moments and harness your joy. Now I will go through each one of these with you, but I'm just going to go through them quickly. Awareness of emotional responses. I think this is the biggest area that I am passionate about, is people understanding their emotional awareness, their emotional resilience, their emotional intelligence, and actually how that works and how you can help to control your own emotions. Practice positivity in your thoughts, your words and your deeds, so it's a biggie. Play, laugh and create. Have fun. Invest in your vision. Who has a vision? A goal? An aspiration? Yeah? Julian's got one. Yeah? Anybody else? Yeah? You know where you're going? You know what you want to do? Kind of. Right, okay. We'll come on to that. Nurture. Nurture your mind. Nurture your body. Nurture your soul. Enrich your relationships. We really, really need to invest in the relationships that we have and make the most of them. Sit, be mindful and meditate. We need to get the fly to meditate. We need to get him to calm down. Does anyone here meditate? Yes? Put your hand up if you meditate. Okay? That's okay. We'll look at some really simple things that you can do. Okay? And start living with purpose. Make a life list. Some people call it a bucket list. I call it a life list. And smile more. Okay, we're going to go straight into step 1. Honour your moments. Now, when we honour our moments, we experience the moment for what it is. There's a big saying that I use a lot lately, and it is what it is. So it's allowing whatever situation is in our lives to be there and not to pretend it isn't there. And to understand how we feel about that particular situation. Children honour their moments all the time. Yeah? If it's raining outside, the kids will run out and yay! Yeah? We don't honour our moments like that, do we? If we see the cracks in the pavement when we're walking along, we don't feel the need to do this, do we? Why do we not do that anymore? Why would you not want to play? I know the reason. You look silly. We worry about what other people think of us. But actually, that little child inside of you probably really wants to go skipping on the pavement and dancing in the rain. But we don't do it because we are so conditioned into worrying that other people think we are silly. Can I tell you, is it Bev? Yeah? The word silly is derived from a medieval word called sealy, S-E-A-L-Y. And that actually means to be blessed, to be joyful, and to be happy. And we have this negative thought about silly, don't we? And it's not negative at all. So be silly, yeah? Because you're going to be joyful and happy and blessed. So you can go dance on the pavement and you can say, it's fine, I'm allowed to do this, yeah? So honour your moments. Capture and recapture your joyful moments. You know when you're in a moment and it's a fantastic, beautiful, happy moment. It could be just having a hug with a little child, or it could be sitting having a drink and a laugh with some friends, or it could be that you're sitting outside at lunchtime at work and you're just soaking up the sun. Really be in that moment and honour it and capture it and just, oh, isn't this lovely? Isn't this just beautiful? Because we just let these moments just pass us by without really thinking about, I'm sorry, Bev, it's just, every time Bev moves, a bumper's just go. So, no, you can keep them on. You can do whatever you want to do. No one in this room is going to judge you, all right? So, savouring your moments, you know, the past moments. You know, if you ever picked up a photo album of a wedding, or just when the children were young, or how does it feel when you look at those photos again? Do you get the same feelings? It reintroduces you to the emotion that you felt at that time, because your mind doesn't know the difference between the past, the future and the present. It just connects to that emotion. So you can do that whenever you're feeling low, to go and watch a video or to watch, pick out a photo album is a really good thing to do, because it will really lift your mood. And you can do it in the future as well. So if you've got something that you really want to achieve and you want to do, you can actually visualise yourself doing that. And your mind doesn't know that you haven't done it yet, so you will get the feelings from that. Gratitude. Who practices gratitude? Put your hands up. Julian's going to put his hand up every time. Okay, ooh, we got a half a hand. Sometimes, okay. Ian, you do as well.
Oh yes, we do.
Oh yes, okay, brilliant. So, how do you practice gratitude? Would you like to share? Is that okay with you?
Oh yes, if I go away and visit friends for a weekend, and I write and thank them. And,
brilliant,
so
okay. Fantastic. So he's using compassion and kindness by saying thank you to other people. Yeah, okay. Anybody else practice gratitude in a different way? Julia, how do you practice it?
I did try keeping a gratitude journal.
Yes.
Just writing down everything I was happy for.
On a daily basis, weekly, when you thought about
try to do
it?
it on a daily basis, but you kind of lose track a little bit of it.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
You start new habits. Is that the sort of thing you were thinking about doing?
Yeah, just sometimes sitting back and appreciating what you have.
Sitting back, yeah, being in the moment and allowing yourself to really appreciate the good things in your life, yeah. Practicing gratitude actually does mean really every day, if you can, sitting down at the end of the day or beginning of the day, depends on you. What have I got in my life to be grateful for? And sit down and list them and write them down. When you write something down on a piece of paper, it has an energy to it, and it's far more powerful, the energy that you get from writing it down. So, Julian, I want to recommend you recapture that habit, because it really can. If you're looking to be a happier person, if you practice gratitude by writing down a gratitude list, you will be 25% happier than you were when you didn't do that. That's been proven scientifically now, that the actual endorphins and the body chemicals and your actual emotions change so much just by writing them down. Now, a lot of people think that they can't think of things to be grateful all the time when they're in a stressed day. That is the time really, really, I would recommend you do that. Really recommend it. Okay. So, and be in the now. We talked about that already. So, you've all got some glasses, haven't you? On your, yeah. I got some too. I got B glasses as well. I'm that sort of girl. That's the way I buzz. Okay. Right. Now, your glasses are for you to now remember yourself. Actually, if I can pass these round to you. Okay, there's one for your line and one for your line. And Ian, if I can pass that to you. Now you can capture yourself with your glasses on, okay? And you can see what you look like. And I want you to take a snapshot in your mind of what you look like. Now see, Bev's gone perfectly with a dress and everything. It's fantastic. Really, really good.
And I've always wanted to be blonde.
These are your gratitude glasses. So what I want you to think about is some of you have even got rose tinted glasses on. Emma, yours are rose tinted, aren't they? Julian, yours are a little bit rose tinted, yeah, and yours are, aren't they? So look through rose tinted glasses every now and again. I'm not saying bury your head in the sand and pretend everything's okay, but you can change your view. You can look at things in a different way. So try it and try forming a new habit. Do you know how long it takes to form a habit?
7 times. You do something 7 times.
Right, okay, Karen says 7 times. Have we got any other ideas on that? 21 from Emma? Okay, right.
All about habits.
Right, a new habit, for you to form a new habit, can be anything from 21 days up to 40. It really depends on the person. So if you are thinking about trying something new and trying to make it a habit so you don't have to think about it, you naturally do it, I would say do it for at least a month. Yeah, do it for a whole month. And then when you've done it for that month, it will kick in automatically and you won't need to think about it. Okay, right. It's a bit like when you walk through a field. So what you're going to be doing when you form a new habit is you are going to be actually forming a new neural pathway in your brain, which you can do. Yeah, your brain isn't, once you've formed all of these thoughts and these beliefs and that's it, you can't do anything about it. You can change, always change, but you need to practice, and practice, and practice, and then it just happens. So think about a long field of grass, and there's a path already through the field, which is your normal bad habit, if you like, okay, that you normally go down. But you want to form a new habit. It could be your eating habits, couldn't it? It could be that automatically you would go and you would get the trifle out of the fridge. Yeah, automatically, that just happens. But from now on, you want to just eat the apples and the bananas and the pears. So to do a new habit, what you've got to do is you've got to walk a new path. You've got to tread down a new pathway. So when you first do that, is that quite difficult? So you've got to really push that grass down. You've got to find your way to begin with. And it's easier to go down that one, but you're going to start this one. The next time you come to do the walk across the field, you can actually see where you went. So it's easier for you to tread down. And you do that again and again and again and again. What happens to the other path? When you're filled in, yes, it grows over. So you formed a new neural pathway. So think about that, because that really, really works. Okay. So start a gratitude journal. Keep a gratitude stone. I've got some little stones that you can take away with you tonight, that like little pebbles that you can put in your pocket, and it will remind you, just a little reminder. So, oh, yes, I've got that in my pocket, or I've got it in my purse when I open my purse, to be grateful for whatever it is that moment you're in. Okay? Or make a happy jar. I've got one of these. This is my little happy jar. Okay, we use this as a family. It's very tatty at the moment. Once a day, we all sit down together and write down one thing that's made us happy and made us smile that day. Yeah? It is. It really works. And everybody writes something on a little note of paper. We put a date on it, and then we all put it in the jar. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that when someone's having a bit of a rough day, a bit of a bad day, you can open the jar and read the notes. And what does your mind do? It goes back to the emotion of the time that you wrote the note. So it will immediately lift your mood, okay? And you can do that with a box, you can do, you know, and it's good fun to make it as well. They're really good things to have in workplaces, okay, in teams. Happy jar in your workplace, okay? So, we're going to get to know each other a little better. Okay? Oh, you're all going. Right. It's time to own your awesome, guys. I asked you all at the beginning, didn't I, to think about something. I didn't want to spring it on you. I gave you some prior warning. Unfortunately, those of you who came a little bit late didn't quite get that. Okay? So, what I want you to do is go and find somebody. If you're sitting next to somebody who you've never met before, that's absolutely fine. You can talk to them, okay? You don't have to physically move, all right? Perhaps if Karen and Annie, you go together, and then the three of you on the back row could go together as well. I'll say you two and you two. Is that okay? Yeah, you don't know each other, do you? Right.
No,
I'm going to give you... Do you not know each other?
No.
Do you know each other?
Yeah.
Okay. Right then. Okay, so we'll swap over then. Yeah? Just sort it out between yourselves. You're all adults. So what I want you to do is I want you to introduce yourself to them. Tell them where you come from, okay? And whether you've been to a Spice event before. And then tell them what you are bloody awesome at. Okay? You are yourself what you are awesome at. Okay, that's 95% of the room. Okay. What a shame that we get to that stage in our adult life that we can't think of some good things about ourselves. So one of the things you could really do that will really help you is to start making an awesomeness list of yourself, okay? And just start it gradually. You're not going to fill it with 20 things tonight when you go home. But just think every week, can I add something to my awesomeness list, okay? Anyone want to share something they've discovered about themselves in their awesome sharings? Anybody? Don't want to tell you, do you? Don't want to say what you're awesome at. You're still there, aren't you? Okay, so if you were 3 years old, Karen, do you think you could tell me what you're awesome at 3?
Doing jigsaw puzzles.
Yeah. Straight away you go, yeah, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, I'm good at the other, yeah. So we have lost that ability to big ourselves up, yeah, because we're British. Yeah. And we're very good at moaning, aren't we? Joining queues. Queue over there. I'm just going to get another one. I don't know what I'm queuing for, but I must be queuing for something. We just follow suit so easily, don't we? So, okay. Thankful. I want you to start thinking about being thankful. I want you to start every night, if you can. If you don't write it down, at least think it. Okay? When you go to bed at night and you worry about the things that you have done, the things that you haven't done, the things that you've said to people, the things you haven't said to people, we do this, don't we? We go into this, you know, your brain just goes round and round, the monkeys are there and you're just going on and on. When you're doing that, what you're actually doing is you are producing stress hormones in your body. You are producing cortisol, you're producing adrenaline, which will stop you getting to sleep. Cortisol stays in your body for up to 5 hours. For a lot of people, especially me, that's the majority of my sleep. So for 5 hours, I've got a chemical running around my body that is adding abdominal fat, that is killing my brain cells and eating my internal organs. It's not nice, really. So, before I go to bed, I think of all the good things, and all the nice things, and the happy things, and the things that have gone well, and the people in my life that love me, and the people that I love, and the things that I've done well recently. And then I've produced endorphins, a bit of dopamine maybe, yeah? All these happy chemicals. And that will help you sleep much better and be much healthier. Okay? So, a further way of increasing the energy of gratitude is to actually thank. Now you mentioned this, Ian, didn't you? To really thank. We've got out of sending thank you notes to people. We're full of good intentions. Oh, I'm going to send a personal note, and then time gets in the way. Do it, because you know that when you receive something like that, a little handwritten note from somebody, how lovely that feels, and you hang on to it. Yeah, you keep it, don't you? So try that. I actually started, I did a couple of years ago, these buzzies, and they're just little notes for you to send to people. And I like to use them as a random act of kindness, so that you actually leave a note for somebody you don't even know. So it could be that you've had a cup of coffee in a coffee shop, and the waitress has been really, really friendly and lovely to you. And you could just write a little note on a post-it note or a little buzzer and say, thank you for your service today. You were really friendly and smiling. It was really cheering my day up, thank you. And leave it on the dirty cup and go out. And she'll find that, or he'll find that. And they will be lifted, and what will happen is that will have a knock-on effect, because that person will then be really kind and nice to somebody else. So your love energy, which is basically what you're putting out there, will be increased and carry on. All right. So awareness of emotional responses is what we're coming on to now. All right. Be aware of your emotional reactions and responses, and inhabit your moments before you're present. Now, we talked about energy, didn't we? We did the buzzing and we did all that. And I talked about the energy that we emit mainly comes from our heart. Okay, that's our most powerful energy. Any energy that comes from our heart is 5,000 times more powerful than the energy that comes from your mind. Did you hear what I said? 5,000 times more powerful. That's enormous. So I'm just going to show you what we do with our emotions. If you think about your emotions as a cork floating on water, all right? So, and these are your feelings, your emotions, and there we are bobbing around, okay? And that's where we're meant to be, bobbing around on the water, okay? However, a lot of the time, we can do this, can't we? We can express an emotion. Now, I've put a child on there because they are far better at expressing emotion than we are. And they will cry because something's upset them, and then the next minute they'll be laughing and giggling. Yeah? They've expressed that emotion, they've allowed it to come out. This is what we're good at. Lots of little titters going on there. Oh yes, I know this is affecting me, but I'm just going to pretend it's not there, and I'm just not going to feel it. But you do feel it, and it affects your body, it affects your physical body. Now, us women are really good at this one. We're very good at getting a bottle of wine with the girlfriends and wallowing in our self-pity together, aren't we? Yeah. Some guys can do it as well.
You don't know the rule about one wine a day, though.
And we all have a good moan, don't we? And then the other one, we're and me, and we spend the whole evening just moaning. Now, it's good because you are expressing, but we have to be careful we don't get stuck in that mud, yeah? Because we can get in it nice and deep. I'm just getting there. And then we just stay there. We need to just move. This is what we don't do enough of. Releasing. Allowing our emotions to actually be expressed. Okay. So does your body feel emotion? Yeah, your physical body, it does, doesn't it? There's been some studies recently about where we actually feel emotion, and we're all different in where we feel emotion. So, say you're quite scared about something. You've got to perhaps do a presentation at work, and you've got to stand up in front of people you do know, which sometimes is even worse, isn't it? Where do you feel that in your body? Where do you feel it? Sue, where would you feel your nerves there?
I think my stomach would roll, actually.
Yeah? Anybody else? Yeah? Tummy? Yeah? Anybody else feel it anywhere else? Yeah, palpitations in your chest, that's right. So we're all slightly different, but we generalise that we do have the same sort of places. So it's really interesting. But the biggest thing I wanted to say to you here was, start to notice. Start to take notice where you are actually feeling the changes in your body, because that will be a guidance system for you to understand exactly what it is you're feeling. So And your body does emit emotions. We've talked about that already. You're already wearing your antennae. I found this picture on. I don't know what on earth he's doing, if he's real or not, but I don't think I'd like to meet him personally, but there we go. But you do have your human antennae, so remember your boppers. Remember you've always got them on even when you haven't, okay? Pardon?
It won't stay in my hair.
It won't stay in your hair. But when you go home and think, yeah, I'm always sending out that energy. Okay. So our emotions are on frequencies. Remember the buzzy bee, and he got high, needed to lift off the ground. We actually have a frequency of emotion. Now, Julian, do you know about emotional frequencies?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Do you know, Joe? No, right. Okay, this isn't something I have put together just on my own. There are some fantastic studies out there about emotional frequencies. And what I have done is studied the ones that I've seen and put my own version to it to explain it to people. Basically what you're looking at is right at the bottom in this really dense, heavy area, you've got emotions: fear, grief, depression, despair, powerlessness, shame and humiliation. So they feel heavy, don't they? They feel really, really heavy. And then we gradually go all the way up to right at the other end. We've got love, bliss, joy, freedom, passion, appreciation and empowerment. And they're a light colour and they feel light. And we say it, don't we? You know, when you're feeling good, you feel high. And when you're not feeling so good, you feel low. Have you ever walked into a room and you could cut the air with a knife? Yeah. What's that then, if it's not energy? It's energy. It's the emission of energy that's coming off the people in that room. So all this is for you to understand that emotions are just indicators for you, to examine your experiences, to not brush them under the carpet, to actually decide to feel them and understand them. And just having awareness and understanding what our emotions are and how they affect us can help us through to the next level. And if we're down here, are we going to get up to there pretty quickly? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? You think we can go up to there? Buzz up to that one really, really quickly? You can do, but you will have a set point, Julian. So you will have like an average. So when you're looking at this, all of you now are looking at it sideways on a lot of the time to think about, oh, that's where I am most of the time. So we have a point where we would average out at, okay? If you do take yourself from here to here, you'll come back again quite quickly. So it's about taking steps to just get to the next level, to allow ourselves to feel. And of course I call it the beeline, because we're buzzing, aren't we? Yeah, it's our energy. Okay, right, practice positivity. Okay, be positive in your thoughts because you have up to 80,000 thoughts every day. And it's like, you don't know about all of those thoughts, okay? Only 10% of those are conscious thoughts that you're thinking. So we really need to make that 10% count. We really need to be aware of the thoughts that we're thinking. So have a listen to the self-talk that you give yourself, all right? I noticed this once. Whenever I lost my keys, and I'm a bit scatty and I'm a bit sort of creative and lose things and, you know, losing things quite often. And one of the sayings I used to say when I was in a really, really stressed state, looking for my keys and I was late and can't find them. Oh, this is killing me. Oh, where are they? It's killing me. I'm telling my body and my mind that I am killing myself. It's not a nice thing to tell myself, is it really? My body's listening, guys, and your body's listening to you. It will actually respond to the words that you say. Do you know what your body's made up of? Majority of your body is made up of what? Water, okay. There is more water than anything else in your body, and more water in your brain than in your body, okay. Water absorbs energy very, very easily, okay. So when you are talking about yourself to yourself, your body is absorbing that, and that will actually have a physical response. All right? It's been proven scientifically that this happens. So be really, really careful. If you are interested in finding more about that, there's a really, 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 I only need to say it once, don't I? Really fascinating study into water and energy by a Japanese professor called Professor Emoto. Look it up, Google him, all right? You'll be fascinated by it. I will show you some pictures for it. So be positive in your deeds as well. You know, kindness is really, really good for other people, but it's just as beneficial, if not to you, to be kind to others, because you get a real good kick of hormones from being kind. Now, I met this guy back in March this year. Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephen? And I was blessed to be involved in his last event, and I helped arrange his last world record. And I thought I was positive before I met Stephen, okay? Because he was just positivity completely emblazoned, yeah? And one of the things he spoke about was this: you are blessed with 86,400 seconds every day. You cannot bank any one of those seconds. So if you waste any of those seconds, you cannot get them back. So make them count. Make every second count. Yeah?